Bangkok Post. Top court affirms ruling over arson fire. Over arson fire. Top court affirms ruling over arson fire. What is arson?
To get fire. To get fire.
To get
Fire, some place gets fire. It means arson.
arson.
Yes, sir.
Fire?
Yes, it is about fire. We use this word. When if there is a fire incident some place, we can say arson.
If there is a fire someplace,
Yes, sir.
you can say arson.
This is incident of arson. Like that.
What is
Maybe I
arson?
am wrong, but I think a long time ago I read this word.
Arson is a fire,
Yes, sir. Yes.
but it is a fire that someone has intentionally
Yes, sir.
set.
Yes.
In other words, I own a building and my company is in financial hardship. How can I, if I set fire to the building, I can collect on the insurance.
Yes, sir.
Collects on insurance. In other words, you set the fire, someone sets the fire on purpose. Maybe to get even with a company that fired a person from their job. They go in the next day, nobody's looking, boom, sets fire to the office building where the company is settled. So it's an intentional fire. It is a crime to intentionally cause a fire for some profit or gain in some way. Arson fire. It says paperwork that somebody got fined for setting an arson attack on a building near the Victoria Monument in Bangkok. Rail land handover on track. Handover on track. Handover on track. What is a handover?
To give,
Right.
but the things what belongs to you, if I give you, this is handover.
Right. The handover would be to tap something that another person is entitled to or needs or deserves. For example, if I'm the mayor of the city and there's been a new election and a new mayor is coming in to take over, they have a little ceremony where the mayor that's leaving gives the keys, so-called keys to the city, to the new mayor, a handover. Here are the keys to the city, in a sense. He's handing over authority as mayor to the new mayor that is coming in to take over.
So can we say hand over the charge?
Hand over,
The charge, C-H-A-R-G-E, charge.
charge in what sense, charge?
Charge means authority.
Authority?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In this sense, the mayor is handing over
The charge.
the authority of the position,
Yes, sir.
the authority of mayor to the new mayor. So there's always a little ceremony, the keys of the city. Well, there are no technically keys of the city, but it's just an idea that he's giving the authority to the new. And I am now handing over to the new mayor the keys to the city. And the handover is on track. On track. What would they mean by that? There's a handover and it's on track.
On the track, in progress. In
What?
progress, it means,
Right.
yes, in progress.
In a sense, it's on, everything is going along smoothly.
Yes, sir.
It's not been off track. No, it's still on track.
Yes.
So the handover, which is scheduled for next Monday, is now proceeding on track. Everything is running smoothly toward the handover, which is coming up. Arson is an intentional fire for some gain or purpose. It is a criminal act. Eateries get 5 days to correct eyesore. Eateries get 5 days to correct eyesore. What is an eatery?
Restaurants?
A restaurant. Eating. You're in an eatery. You're eating. So eateries, diners, restaurants, get 5 days to fix eyesore. What is an eyesore? Eyesore. They get 5 days. Is it sore eye? Well, not exactly. Sore eye, yes, of course. Well, and it's technically, or in a way, something that makes your eye sore. What they're talking about is something that is not right for the neighborhood that it's in. It is. You could say you had 6 buildings, and 5 of the 6 buildings were taken care of. The grass outside was maintained perfectly. The buildings were painted. Everything was 100% in repair, except the 6th building. The owner didn't care about the grass. It was overgrown, dirty, mud everywhere. The paint, it hadn't been painted in years. It looked terrible. So you had 5 buildings that looked ideal, and then a 6th building which was in fact an eyesore. When you, in the sense that when you look at the 6 buildings, you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, whoa, really? And then an eyesore. The 6th building, not maintained, not taken care of, just totally ruins the look of the neighborhood. And so maybe the 5 owners of the other buildings would then say, this guy has got to start to shape up. So you had the 5 buildings, all ideal, 1, 2, 3, 5, and then you had this other thing over here, which was pretty shaky. And so that was the eyesore. And you, anytime you go to a neighborhood where you're going houses and all that are sitting there, and all of a sudden there's one that stands out as a problem. Doesn't maintain it, doesn't take care of it, it's an eyesore for the neighborhood. In effect, it makes your eye sore in a way. What is the word elude? Breakthrough eludes Brexit talks. What is elude? What is to elude? Elude. Elude.
Is it a deal?
Huh?
Is it a deal?
A deal? No. Elude. The robber fled the bank and was able to elude the police.
Mm-hmm.
Elude the police.
Yeah.
He was able to escape or
Yeah.
find a way
Mm-hmm.
around the police. He eluded authority. The police came to the bank and he saw them coming and ran the other way and then went to the left and went to the right and was able to elude the police. To elude is to avoid being caught. And what this headline means, that a breakthrough, the Brexit, England and the European Union are having talks about England separating from the European Union, and it says the breakthrough, a breakthrough means a resolution of the problem, whatever the problem is. There's been a breakthrough? No, there hasn't. The breakthrough has eluded the talks. In other words, in the sense that if the breakthrough was a thing, it has managed to escape being caught in the Brexit talks. So to elude is to avoid being caught or captured.
What is a breakthrough?
Breakthrough? A breakthrough. Okay, you're having...
Example,
Huh? What?
like example, what?
Yeah, a breakthrough. You're having talks about whether or not, let's see, let me think of something, to buy property. And to agree, we have to get everybody to agree that the company should buy a headquarters building in Beijing, let's say. And not everybody agrees. So they debate about it, they talk about it. And maybe 2 or 3 hours into the debate and the conversation, one of them says, well, I think maybe that's not a bad idea. What you just suggested would be a way to approach the Chinese authorities about buying the building. Oh, wait a minute, a breakthrough. Now we can start to agree. Something's happened that allows us to begin to agree on the solution to the problem. A breakthrough. Maybe somebody, hi, good morning. Somebody said, oh, well, we should do this. And somebody said, yeah, you're right, we should do that. And there's been a breakthrough. But in the Brexit talks between England and the European Union, the breakthrough has not come. It has eluded the people in the debate about England and the European Union. The breakthrough has not come. There's been no way to solve the problem as of yet. Breakthrough. And here's one more. Russians step in as Turkey defies NATO. What does it mean to defy? In this case, defy NATO. Russians step in as Turkey defies NATO. North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. Turkey is a member of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And Turkey defies NATO. NATO said, stop the attack on Syria. No, we're attacking. We've got to take care of this, we're attacking.
Refuse.
Refuse to obey. They receive an instruction, an order, a directive, and they say no. And they defy the authority of the organization of which they're a member. To be defiant is to not obey what you're instructed to do.
Can we use defy instead of against? Against. against something.
Yeah, to not obey a situation. Here is NATO telling Turkey, don't attack. Oh, we're attacked. Whoa. Defy the authority of the group of which they're a member. To go against the organization to which they're a member. Defy, arson, eyesore, elude. Arson, eyesore, defy, elude. Any questions about those words? To elude authority is to be able to escape the police, in a sense. Intentionally setting a fire. Intentionally, not accidentally. Intentionally. Doesn't really fit in. Doesn't fit in with the neighborhood in the sense of not taking care of a certain piece of property, and it's become an eyesore. Defy. To go against the instruction or the order. Elude, avoid being caught. He escaped and was able to elude the police, who are searching for him at the moment. Okay. All right, we'll continue on from where we left off yesterday. But again, there's many opportunities in the computers, news, English news, newspapers, to pick up and just increase your vocabulary by learning of words that you don't hear every day, like arson. Arson is it's not something you talk about every morning, but it's still a word that it'll come up, and it's good just to know what it means. We picked up about 20 new vocabulary words yesterday, and so I've made up some sentences where we'll be able to see the word and meaning and how it's used in sentences. Okay, let's see what we got here. The heavy rain caused the baseball game to be postponed until tomorrow. At first, the fans thought the game would be delayed, but as it continued to rain cats and dogs, it was apparent to all that the game would be postponed until the next day. As the fans were leaving the stadium, the public address, PA, announcer said, "Ladies and gentlemen, your rain checks will be honored tomorrow." The heavy rain caused the baseball game to be postponed until tomorrow. At first, the fans thought the game would be delayed, but as it continued to rain cats and dogs, it was apparent to all that the game would be postponed until the next day. As the fans were leaving the stadium, the public address, PA, announcer said, "Ladies and gentlemen, your rain checks will be honored tomorrow." What is it?
Keys.
Key?
Yeah. มีบ้างไหมเนี่ยมีบ้าง
ไม่ใช่กุญแจ
ไม่ใช่เลยไม่ชอบไม่ชอบมากไม่ชอบ
Okay?
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Singh, go ahead.
Thank you. The heavy rain caused the baseball game to be postponed until tomorrow. At first, the fans thought that the game would be delayed, but as it continued to rain cats and dogs, mean heavy rain. It was apparent to all that the game would be postponed until the next day, and the fans were leaving the stadium. The public address of PA announcer said, "Ladies and gentlemen, your rain checks will be honored tomorrow."
Okay, Mr. Singh. Good job. Very good.
Very hard.
Very hard. But you did a good job.
See you.
Okay. Okay. Have a nice weekend.
Thank
Have a good time.
you.
Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. That's one reading. Okay, go ahead. Try it.
The heavy rain caused the baseball game to be postponed until tomorrow. At first, the fans thought the game would be delayed, but as it continued to rain cats and dogs, it was apparent to all that game would be postponed until the next day. As the fans were leaving the stadium, the public address PA announcer said, "Ladies and gentlemen, your rain checks will be honored tomorrow.
Right, there you go. Rain checks will be honored tomorrow. The fans thought the game would be delayed, but as it continued to rain cats and dogs, it was apparent to all that the game would be postponed until the next day. Very good. Go ahead.
The heavy rain caused the baseball game to be postponed until tomorrow. At first, the fans thought the game would be delayed, but as it continued to rain, cats and dogs, it was apparent to all that the game would be postponed until the next day. As the fans were leaving the stadium, the public address announcer said, "Ladies and gentlemen, your rain checks will be
Honored. Your rain checks will be honored tomorrow. Honored tomorrow. Okay, go ahead.
The heavy rain caused the baseball game to be postponed until tomorrow. At first, the fans thought the game would be delayed, but as it continued to rain cats and dogs, it was apparent to all that the game would be postponed until the next day. As the fans were leaving the stadium, the public address PA announcer says, "Ladies and gentlemen, your rain checks will be honored tomorrow."
Right, your rain checks will be honored tomorrow. The heavy rain caused the baseball game to be postponed until tomorrow. Caused the baseball game to be postponed until tomorrow. Okay.
The heavy rain caused the baseball game to be postponed until tomorrow. At first, the fans thought the game would be delayed, but as it continued to rain cats and dogs, it was apparent to all that the game would be postponed until the next day. As the fans were leaving the stadium, the public address